Alright, this is my binary calculator. It's a Python program to convert a binary number to its base 10 value. This function checks the user's input and sees if it's actually a binary number. If it's not, it'll have the user input a new string and check it again. Alright, this is the welcome message of the program. It has some information about it. And it says type stop to end the program. So if you type stop, you can exit the program at any time. So these are my variables. Binary is the user input, and length is the length of the user input. And X is like a counter, and then valid is it checks if it's like valid or not. Alright, so this checks if it's actually like a binary. So what it does is it goes through each letter and it checks if it's a 1 or a 0. If it's not a 1 or a 0, it'll say that it's an invalid binary, and it'll have you re-input another string. And if it is a valid string, it'll break out a loop and send you to the next string. This function basically just reverses the string because you have to do that for calculating a binary into its base 10 value. To convert a binary to its base 10 value, you have to reverse the binary. Then if it's a 1, you multiply 1 to the 1 times 2 to the power of whatever place it's in. For example, if the 1 is in the hundreds place, it'll be 1 times 2 to the third power. If it's in the tens place, it will be 1 times 2 squared. If the number is 0, you just skip over it. Alright, so this function converts the binary into its base 10 value using a while loop. Alright, so these are my variables. B is really similar to X from the last function. And then result for here is a placeholder right now. And then length is basically the length of the binary that the user inputted. So this checks if the letter is a 1 or a 0. If it's a 0, it'll skip over it. But if it's a 1, it'll do the math. So it'll add result. It'll add it to the result. If the user inputted stop, it won't print the result. But if he didn't put stop, it'll print the result. This function converts a binary to its base 10 value using a for loop. So it's the same as the other function, except this time it uses a for loop instead of a while loop. Alright, so these are my variables. So C is really similar to X. That's how it like counts stuff. And then length is the length of binary, right? And then for I and range, length. So however long length is, that's how many times it'll repeat. But if the user inputted stop, it'll just like stop the loop right there. And then check, it checks like each letter. Like it takes one letter from the binary. So it has one letter from the binary. Alright, so if the letter is 0, then I'll just skip over it. But if the letter is 1, then it'll do the math and add it to a result. If the user did not put stop for the their input, it'll print the result. But if they did, it'll just like skip over it. Alright, so this is what runs the whole program. There's a while true loop, which lets it run forever. So after you input a binary, you can enter another one and get more results. So first it runs a function which checks if it's a binary and asks you for your binary, and then it runs a function that reverses the string, and then it takes the length of the binary. If the length is greater than 10, it'll do the function with a while loop to do the calculation. If it's not, then it'll do the function with a for loop to do the calculation. If binary is equal to stop, then it'll break the program and end the program. This is my whole program. You can pause the video if you want to read it all. Alright, thank you for watching this video. Thank you, Coach Rhoda. And have a wonderful day. Goodbye.